And we're live. Hi, Erin.
Yeah, how you doing, girl?
I'm good. I'm so excited to see you.
Same here. It took months, but we made it happen.
We
We
made
made
it happen. So I just want to, can you introduce yourself?
I can introduce myself. Hi, everybody. My name is Erin. I have a YouTube channel called Scandalous Beauty. I know Kia from, how many years? I don't know, 15, 16, 17. I don't know. A
Look,
long
my son is almost 21.
time.
So, so I think he was about 3 years old, maybe when I started blogging, 3 or 4, something like that. So yeah, around that ballpark. You're about right.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Yeah. That's what I know. Yeah, we met in the beauty blogging world. We both in Baltimore isn't necessarily the DMV, but we all in the same,
We in the same area.
yeah, and seen each other at many a makeup conference and internet anything. So I don't know. That's me. That's me.
Awesome.
What
And
about you?
then I'm Kia. Yummy411 is my online name or handle. And for those that don't know me on Erin's channel, as she said, we were in the beauty space together, makeup artists, doing all the things, going to the conferences, and that first wave of like the blogging world. I think before it became a thing, and media influencers and all these other things that that space has evolved into, and that was back in 2008, somewhere around that time. But I was especially excited to do this video with Erin because she was the one that put out a challenge to us beauty people, was like, listen, we're going to do 30 days of content, 30 videos online. And so that's what I guess kind of catapulted this YouTube channel, even though I don't know that I really continued much after that. But then I got into fragrances and was like, oh, I already have this channel and I'm going to use this platform. And so now we're both, so, I think, is it safe to say we've definitely both been into fragrances since before the fragrance boom, I guess?
1,000%. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because I think even back when we were doing beauty, like PR would include fragrances and stuff too. So we were there, but I just wasn't into it at this level. So we're here today, and we wanted to just kind of discuss our faves for this past week, a little fragrance chat, if you will. So, Erin, what have you been loving this week?
So I feel like, I've been into this for a while, but it just because it's so good, I keep coming back. And
Okay.
that's gonna be our girl, Vanilla 28.
Vanilla 28.
And I'm really concerned because I don't have a backup. And I
Mm,
know it needs a little age on it to get this sugary brown maceration. And so
yeah.
I'm low key panicking. I'm like, I probably should make an order today so that in whatever amount of months this thing is ready to go. And
Yeah.
I just don't know. And of course, I'm pairing that with Brown Sugar Babe, Creme de la Creme,
Okay.
Chef's Kiss. It hits every time.
Yes.
Every time. And I hate, and let me just be very clear. While I am into fragrances, I'm not a frag head on your level yet. Yet.
I'm
So
just an enthusiast. I'm just an enthusiast.
okay, well, it wouldn't happen to appear that way from what I've seen on the internet. I'm like, you in there, like niche, all the things. So let me just say, if I happen to pull a bunch of basic stuff, y'all,
Listen, I just did a live about basic videos. I mean basic fragrances. We just did a live about basic fragrances because that's what we into everything, okay?
we in everything. Okay, okay, fair enough. Thank you for bearing with me.
No problem.
What's
I
yours?
am a huge Vanilla 28 fan as well as just Kayali in general. But I remember when I first got it, I was like, I don't know. Then later on, I tried it after it was turning more brown, and I was like, oh, this got a little soft, spicy kick to it. And then I really, really, really did not appreciate it until I smelt it on somebody else. And now I got it when it first dropped. So not until like last year did I smell it on somebody else, and it was this beautiful, soft vanilla cloud that I was like, that's vanilla 28. Is that why it's so popular? I mean, I was cool with it. I would layer it with stuff, but I just didn't get that full scent bubble effect until I smelt it on somebody else. And so now my nose has that reference. I can definitely smell it when I wear it, and it's love. So I love it.
Amen.
So since you were already talking about the brown sugar babe oils, and this is one that one of the things I think that we even reconnected on, the brown sugar babe oils, I have one that I wanted to talk about, and it's the brown sugar babes oil and sugar plum.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just wanted to say real quick, hi to Miss Kim. Thank you for joining us. Oh, love that profile picture. And hi, Chris. Thanks for joining us with this lunchtime chat. But this brown sugar babe sugar plum oil. So they had a pop-up here. And I went to the pop-up, and a lot of the fragrances I was kind of smelling, like I had been familiar with them, and I'm not or wasn't quite the oil person. So I just went just to see what the vibe was and see what was going on. And then I picked up this one because this is one of the oils from her original line, and not an inspired by fragrance. But once I got home, I was kind of like, not quite sure how I really feel about it on my skin. Like something was pulling a little scratchy, if you will. I don't know what to call it. However, I went ahead and layered it with some other things. And I'm just pairing it with everything. I love it with everything. Everything fruity, everything like it. I've just been pairing it with everything. What's my favorite one that I've been pairing it with? Oh, I think it was a Middle Eastern oil. I'm sorry, a Middle Eastern fragrance. And it's called Rihanna. So I've been wearing that a lot. I wore it together. I had it on at work, and then I went into my office and went like by my chair where I was sitting, and I was like, that bubble.
Oh, that
So I had to run it back at time and time. And it's so crazy because I literally put it all over my body, and my dent is not even that serious. I don't know if you can see it.
Can we talk about how it takes no product and it lasts all day? It is a shield of scent. It makes no sense. Can I piggyback? Can we just stay here for a second? Because I just want to talk about
Absolutely.
Yeah, can we talk about Milky Way?
Yeah.
Because I put Milky Way on almost, I mean, it's like every 3 days I go for Milky Way. And I'm like, how is the dent? Where, like, how?
How is it?
I don't get it. I don't get
Well,
it.
look, for the price it costs now.
Which is why
I hope it would.
because I was ignoring people for a long time. I was like, when they were talking about it, and I was like, Katie. Hi.
So cute. Hi.
Hey, Katie. Hey, mommy. Oh, my whole fam.
I love it. I love it.
It's it's a thanks for coming, y'all. It shocked the heck out of me because when I heard everybody talking about these $60-some oils, I was like, you must have lost your mind. I'm not spending $60 on oil. I might spend $150 on a fragrance. I ain't spending $60 on oil. Now I'm hooked.
And I wasn't even really an oil person, so I was definitely like, "Oh, side eye."
And that is the kicker, because also I wasn't an oil person either. And I'm like, now I cannot get out of the shower. I cannot moisturize without putting on a brown sugar babe oil. I just cannot do it. Like I cannot do. And they work well with everything, and they last all day. How do they last all day? And you only use as much.
Yeah, I mean, well, I feel like other oils last a while to me because I had coworkers. We used to have, like where I worked, there was an oil guy like on the corner. And so all the girls would just always wear the oils, and they would just be like, you knew who was at work because you smelt them on the elevator, you smelt it in the hallway, you just knew. And it was just almost like, you guys, please calm it with this damn oil. But I will say, I think what drew me into Brown Sugar Babe specifically was because she would have a few of the inspired oils that nobody else had. So like Bacciami, Vulgaris Bacciami was a big deal, and she already had the oil. I checked my other oil places, nobody had them. So that's where she hooked me. That's where she hooked me.
Have you done do you have Blonde Ambition? Did we talk about this?
Mm-hmm.
Because I had never actually smelled the Cloud Christian fragrance itself. How would you say those compare?
I've never smelled it either.
But the oil is just.
But I wear my inspired fragrance with the inspired oil, and it works fine for me.
Right. I'm there for it. Because I'm like, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, what Cloud smells like. I don't know if I need it, but I know I'm good with Blonde Ambition. I know she is the one.
That oil smells great. Okay.
Smells on all day. Smells great. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. It's so funny that the way that these oils work, because I remember smelling somebody at Costco. I was like, all right, who got on Baccarat? And the woman was like, oh, I got on a fragrance, but I don't know what Baccarat is. I'm like, oh, like, fair enough. Like, there's so many inspired fragrances. Like, you don't even know the original. Like, you don't know what is even being created from.
I mean, because I'm almost guessing that's the point of it all, like the accessibility and, being able to get to the masses, or, everybody's not paying $500 for fragrances. And if you can buy it for $15 and it smells good to you, have at it,
Have at it. I feel you.
Can I give you the notes real quick for the plum oil? Because I do smell it as plum. But of course, it has some more supporting notes that I don't think I realized were in the fragrance. So it has like the top notes are orange and nectarine. The middle are plum, apple, and white musk. And then there's maple and raspberry in the base. Now, I will say that I can kind of get the raspberry feel. Maybe it's the musk that gets a little scratchy on when I have my nose to my skin. But I would have never guessed maple was in this. I guess it needed something a little deep, but I do not like maple in my fragrances. So, but I mean, it smells great. And then I was wearing it over the weekend, and my friend was like, "Oh, that's an oil. What's that? Let me have some. It smells really good." And I was like, "Oh, okay," because I'm so used to layering it to enhance the smell. But hey.
The plum is
Hi,
delicious.
Toya. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Toya. Oh, snap. Hey, Toya. it's that I have a decant of sugar plum, and I am pretty sure I'm getting a full size. Like, I'm either waiting for a big sale, because I'm not trying. What I don't want to do is spend, what is it, $200? What's the free shipping threshold? Like,
threshold, girl, I don't know. Is it 150? I don't know.
150. Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to spend that.
Right.
To have to get free shipping. Yeah, but the $12 takes me out every time. I'm like, $12?
Okay.
$12? I can't quite. So, but sugar plum is on the list. The pear. Have you smelled the pear? What's the pear scent?
No, but now that I'm like kind of invested now. They just released some new pop-up dates, and they're coming to DC. Are you coming, Erin?
I don't have an option. So when is that going to be? Because I missed the last one.
So definitely check them out on Instagram. I think let me see if I could pull it up real quick, but they're charging $20 this go around. Last time it was free. But they're saying with your $20 ticket, you do get a bag and a 2-ounce oil. So that was nice. They gave it for free last time, but I understand needing to, curb some of that a little bit and curb the crowd, maybe. Because we had to go in kind of intervals to be able to all fit in there. But so they just launched their dates. Let's see. This is a real. Oh, maybe it's in the description. Yep. So DC, they are coming June 14th. And they're going everywhere from Tennessee, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, New York, Pennsylvania, DC, Chicago, Ohio, Missouri, Texas, Michigan, California, and Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada. So, yes, at Brown Sugar Babe oils can be purchased at brownsugarbabe.com, .net, brownsugarbabe.net. And so the bottle, as we were talking about, like this is like $75. So, but some people just really love it and enjoy it, and I look forward to attending the pop-up. Do you have another fragrance, Erin, or did you already go? I can't remember.
That I think I did the Milky Way.
That was your next one? Okay, got it. All right, so next one I'm going to talk about is Lattafa's Noble Blush. And this is a Middle Eastern fragrance. Anybody from my channel has probably already heard me talking about this. But this is a beautiful, so for those that are not into Middle Eastern fragrances got the game on lock. They're long lasting, very vibrant, very potent, affordable fragrances. So a bottle like this, I think this may have cost me $40, but girl, this has been a staple. Ooh. And that's why I've been talking about it so much, because it's just a pretty pink. The keynote in this is that there's a rose milk. So it's not the rose milk from the old auntie's cabinet, but this is like a rose milk with some Middle Eastern elements in it that just exudes femininity, and like it doesn't say a $40 bottle of perfume, I can tell you that. I have worn this and gotten plenty of compliments on this. I like to layer this with everything because it just adds that beautiful milky rose to different fragrances. I absolutely enjoyed this fragrance. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10.
So where are you getting
Hi, Miriam. Thanks for joining.
Hi, Mir. Yay. Wow, we deep in here. We deep in here. Hey, y'all. Where are you getting your Middle Eastern fragrances from?
So, half of the time I get them from a store called El Khan Khalili. It's here in the area in Virginia, in Alexandria, I think. So just somewhere in my more immediate DMV area, El Khan Khalili. And then if not, I'll do it online. Girl, TikTok shop. That's probably the only reason why I got TikTok on my phone, because TikTok shops will do flash deals. So as soon as you pull this up, all the videos will come up, the stores where you can get it from. Girl, there's been some controversy in the streets about Aroma Concepts and some of the other more popular places that people get their Middle Eastern fragrances from. So watch out now. But for the most part, it's either TikTok shop or I walk into the store, El Khan Khalili, and pick it up.
Interesting. Scared to go into stores because I'm like, oh yeah, you're gonna tack this one on. Oh, if you like this one, you might want to try this. Next thing
El Khan Khalili, look, it is a huge store and it is full of everything. So it's not just Middle Eastern fragrances. They got the Bakor, they got body sprays, they got they got everything. So it's almost like a gift shop as well. And they have the oils that you can put into your own beautiful little Middle Eastern bottles. You can mix them. They have the incense, they have rugs, they have earrings, nose, they just have everything in there. So it's a pretty decent sized shop, and they have little tester strips out for you to just go and help yourself. There's nobody, I'm literally going around to each one. So if you ever want to do a field trip, girl, I'm always down to go. I keep telling people this, nobody has taken me up on an offer. So because I just find people in there and start talking to them.
And that's what you got to do sometimes. Just like when I'm in Trader Joe's and what was the keyword? I can't remember what the keyword is, but I said it to a couple people. They're like, what? And then you say it to a few, they like, yeah.
Okay. Oh, dang. I don't know the keyword. What's the keyword?
I can't remember what it is.
Okay.
It's something real black. It's one of the black girls in Trader Joe's. So it's something real black. I can't remember. That's gonna make me so sad because I've used it, quite a few times. I can't tell you, but I also don't know who all in here. I don't know who's in here, so we gotta see. Hey, Laverne. But what was I gonna say? I do want to branch out a bit. I've seen some kiosks at Arundel Mills. I've been a couple times in the last few months, and I'm always like, am I gonna get duped? Like, is this how real? Like when people start showing in the groups like the difference between a real one and a fake one, and they look so similar, I'm like, who are the engineers making these fake bottles that look so close? Like,
yeah,
it's a lot of work. But I want the real deal.
For an affordable fragrance. At
that exactly. Like it's only $40 to begin with. Like, and you did all this for $25. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate, but
it's unfortunate that it is. I'm like sitting here looking through. I'm like, what else can I show? I don't even know. Let's see. I know we are having fragrance chat, but I brought some non-fragrances. Is that?
Hey, let's go. We're here. Just happy to chat.
I'm just happy to chat. Can I talk for a second about Jones Road Beauty? Have you tried it?
I have not.
Jones Road Beauty is Bobbi Brown's new brand. So whatever happened with Bobbi Brown, they still, Estee Lauder and them still own her name.
Right. She left the company.
She left, and now she just started her own brand with the same basically philosophy. And they're these huge. I mean, when I say these are big, these are, what are they called? Miracle Balms. And as you see, like this is how big it is compared to my hand, like big. What I like about these is that they're like just I hate to say the word blush. It's just a little like something that adds a little bit of sheen, but a little bit of like color. So this this color is called Tawny. And they're really like, I mean, I put a lot on, but you can see it's just a little bit. And it just adds a little like flush.
Glow. Yeah.
And it comes in like, I think 8 or 9 different shades. But it's interesting because you can be any color and wear any color and it's still going to like work for you. I mean, even like the white women that wear this shade, it still looks fantastic on them. And that's the whole Bobbi philosophy.
Yeah, very effortless.
Yes. And her entire brand is like that. It's like we have one mascara, we have one eyeliner, like we have a bunch of Miracle Balms, but the essence is the same. Like you're just going to look healthy and alive.
You don't have to take 2 hours, 3 hours to do it.
Okay, because let me tell you what I'm not doing. Okay, I wasn't doing it 15 years ago, and I'm not doing it today. That's barely why I got any beauty videos up on my channel. I ain't highlighting, contouring to the gods. I ain't chiseling my face. I ain't taping. I ain't doing none of it. I just want to look effortlessly fabulous. Maybe with
exactly.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, it's a big occasion, or maybe I got a photo shoot. Maybe I'm doing a headshot or something. Yeah, I'm gonna do all the things. Other than that, I'm not the one.
I feel you.
Never have been. So I definitely thought, for the long time being like a beauty girl, and I know I'm rambling, and I know we got, but I was like, oh, I'm a MAC girl, I'm a makeup forever girl. I was like, no, yeah, I get it. I knew when I got to my 40s, when I was getting older, I knew I was going to start heading to that Estee Lauder, Bobbi Brown side of things. I just knew it, and here we are. I still love MAC. I still love Makeup Forever, all that stuff. But I'm loving the philosophy of this brand. So,
but it's a true testament to like what her philosophy is about, and it works. Like I'm so glad you brought that up because we don't think about it in that way sometimes. I think people, we get busy. We need stuff that's quick and easy to just make us look a little bit put together. We don't have to look super overly done, but something to just help us keep up our polished look, but getting out the door on time. So I really appreciate that. Like that's awesome.
Amen. 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 What you got, Kia? What you got?
Speaking of effortless beauty, I don't have a beauty product, but this is BDK's 312 Saint Honore.
Ooh.
So this one, let's start with the brand BDK. BDK is a French brand. I think the owner's name is David. I don't know how to say his last name. Bernac or Berdenac or something like that. I don't want to butcher it to death, but 312 Saint Honore is this one was created to honor the store that they have. There's a popular French street, I think Saint Honore is a popular French street that has all of these like fragrances on it. I need to fact check. Somebody fact check me in the comments. But they did this to honor the store that they have on that street. And it's hi, Nika. Thanks for joining us for our lunchtime chat. But Saint Honore is such an easy, very light, effortless, musky kind of skin scent. I put on enough where I have me a bubble. So it's not just going away, but it's one of those things like when you're just kind of undecided, like what mood am I in? What do I feel like wearing today? You don't really have to think about it. Like you just pick this up and it has enough to say that you smell pretty, fresh, and like yourself. It does have a little bit of amber in it. There's some pink pepper in it. There's orange blossom in it. There's some other florals, but I think the orange blossom gives a hint of that cleanliness. Some of the other flowers just gives a dash of sweetness. And yeah, and then there's this like, I think the pink pepper, I keep trying to think about it, like pink pepper and the orange blossom, I think works together to kind of give it an ambergris or the slightest salty feel, just kind of mimicking like clean, pretty, fresh skin. And I just love it. Like, do you need to go to this lengths or to these brands or like a niche brand for that kind of scent? Maybe not, but I'm such a huge fan of, my mic went out.
But I can still hear you. Oh, but I can still.
You probably can, but just let me know if you can't. But I'll move on. So, but this one, I just really enjoyed the brand in itself. So I really trusted them with a fragrance like this. That is so light. Will it stick around? So I've been wearing it. It's a recent addition to my collection and I've been wearing it. So I do think it sticks around long enough. I do still smell it and I enjoy it. So for me, I feel like they did this well, but if I did not have this and what I also had before this, which I deemed as like my favorite musk fragrance at the moment, is Kylie Jenner's Cosmic. So, I mean, we listen, we don't judge. I know some people feel their feelings about them, but her fragrance is great and I don't mind. I like what she has been doing in the beauty space for herself, and not necessarily just around her family's name, but that fragrance, and she has a 2.0 coming out that I'm super excited to smell. So yeah, so but that's 312 Saint Honore by BDK that I'm just loving.
All right, BDK. All right, let me look at that. Where do I want to go next? I think I might do a couple of brushes. Was that all right?
Exactly, Toya. As usual, effortlessly fabulous is so needed because life be doing its thing and you still want to be fly, right? And polished and pretty and looking like yourself, but a healthier, version.
Because let me tell you, Toya Walker. I have walked into I've gone to the office sometimes. Everybody's like, "Are you okay?" I didn't put on enough concealer. Oh, okay. Maybe I should have taking a little bit more time. You look really tired because I am. I am freaking exhausted. Maybe
It
I
be
just need
like that. You know, it be like that some days.
truth. And I had decided, I think over Christmas, I was like, I've got a lot of brushes from back in the day, like old brushes, and a lot of them are fine, but there are some brushes and I'm like, okay, you're shedding all over my face, like this is a problem. So I decided to actually get some new face brushes. And this time I went directly to Makeup Forever. And so all of the old Makeup Forever brushes I have. Actually, I remember getting a PR package from them back when I was still in my parents' house, which means I wasn't married, which means it had to be at least 11 years ago or 12 years ago, something like that. And those brushes are still great. No shedding, nothing. So I was like, I'm going back to Makeup Forever to get some. So I got their 130 wavy face brush, which is it's just pure luxury.
It looks like a dream.
It is. When I say it is, and I bought it during their Christmas sale, holiday sale. I think it was 30% off. I don't remember what it cost, but when I say worth every dollar, like every daggone dollar. So that's one. I'm actually just going to couple it and show you this 118 straight foundation brush, which really like gets in the angles easily. I'm able to, even if I need to get in that crevice where everybody keeps telling me I got the dark circles, it gets in there as well. Super sturdy, good for stippling. Like you can do a lot with these brushes. So I'm really, really happy with this purchase. And I'm actually thinking about swapping out more, maybe the eye brushes and things, as if I still wear eye makeup, which I rarely do. But I'm thinking about swapping them out anyway, because the MAC brushes from 20 years ago are on their last. The fact that they lasted this long is a blessing. So I'm quite happy.
Absolutely. That brush looks like it just floats across your skin.
A drain. That's what it float, 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 float.
And I'm a little, just a touch bit, I don't know if I should call it old school, but a lot of brands, even down to Morphe, which I've been enjoying lately, they've changed their white haired bristle brushes to brown. And I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know. But that one, for sure, the way you're demonstrating it and everything, it just looks like such a dream. So I'm a little biased, but I definitely will still buy the brushes, even if they're brown hairs. But I love Makeup Forever too, and I'm sure they're, doing a thing. I want to just say hi to Russell Mack. Hey, thank you for checking in. Let's see. Where do I go next? All right, let me go ahead and get this out the way because I feel some type of way with myself. But again, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Erin. We are going to listen and not judge and enjoy fragrance, okay? So, I mean, a little silent tear. So Parfums de Marly just came out with a Valaya exclusive. Parfums de Marly, if you haven't heard of them, are a French brand that I think they've been one of the more notable acclaimed ones because they offer some fragrances that are a little bit easier to get into in terms of niche fragrances. They're not super challenging, but they do cost a pretty penny, and that's all we're gonna say about that. So they had their OG Valaya. Valaya, it's a pretty beautiful floral fragrance that I feel like some people, if you're like me, a gourmand girly who loves vanilla, may not be your jam. But I'm a little bit all over the place. So it was my jam because I put that thing on. I put like a squirt or two on my hand and walked around, and I was in the mall, and all that kept wafting towards me is this beautiful floral fragrance. And I was like, okay, I think I really like her because she just stood out, but not in a crazy way where we just, are bombarding people's noses with spices and this and sugary that. It was just this pretty feminine floral fragrance, but it just literally stood up to heat, all the outside environmental elements, etc. So they just recently launched the Valaya exclusive version. And I'm like, I ain't even finished my Valaya. Like, I'm good. I don't need to buy everything that comes out. Like, I'm good. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to the launch party and got a sample, and they added more vanilla and almond to the original Valaya. I walked around, I sat with it and she hooked me right on this. So Valaya exclusive. And this is the little baby tiny bottle that I'm about to
I was like, you going through it.
that dent is hurting my feelings, okay? That dent is really hurting my feelings. But it is such a beautiful fragrance. So some people don't really care, like the people that are into gourmands don't want all this vanilla, don't want all the almond and this, that, and the third, but it gives it such a beautiful softness. The original one can just be a little bit loud and just too floral for some people. Like some people, florals can give them headaches. It's a white floral at that. There is some orange blossom, I think, in the original Valaya, but that vanilla and almond that they put in the exclusive just rounds it out so beautiful. Okay, so how I was describing it, or my thoughts in my head, was just like, envision so the original Valaya, let's say, I just want to make sure I have some notes up, but let's say the original Valaya is Misty Copeland, the ballerina, black ballerina, like in a spring musical, right? Or a spring dance recital. I don't know. She's jumping and twirling and back and forth across the stage. That is Valaya. Valaya stands out. Valaya is popping and all of the things. She's still graceful. She's still beautiful. Valaya exclusive, I would say, is, this is such an odd comparison, but just follow me, okay? Just listen, hear me out. It's almost like Felicia Rashad gracing the stage in some beautiful white flowy outfit. She just walks. She has presence. She has character. Everybody knows she's Queen Mother. And there's a bit of comfort there. Or here's the other one. Here's the other one. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris, for listening in. Here's another one I have for you. Valaya is Beyonce on stage. She got to give it to him. Pop, everything, the hair, the giving it, right? Valaya exclusive is Beyonce behind stage. She's calm. She has to collect her inner peace. She is still sweet and gentle, but she gave all she got and put it out on the stage. But now she's just collecting herself. And she's nice and gentle, and she's not going to talk too loud. She is just there. She is the queen, and she don't even have to say much. So that is the comparison between the OG and the exclusive, where my mind just goes when I'm trying to describe these. So in Valaya exclusive, there are notes of almond, mandarin, bergamot. So you have a citrusy top. You still have that almond, and the orange blossom. Orange blossom is such a popular scent, that white flower, clean kind of smelling, a little bit of citrus. There's some powdery notes, and base notes are vanilla, akigala wood, oud, sandalwood, and broxton. But those are the visions I get when I compare the two Valayas. And I have just been loving Valaya exclusive, and I almost prefer it over the original Valaya. Thank you for coming to my Valaya TED Talk.
That was some great storytelling. Now I know exactly when to wear each one, and I pulled her up, and I see what you mean. There's no judgment on my part. I'm just saying.
Thank you. It's all appreciated.
Yeah, we all have our vices, because you were scaring me for a second. I was like, is it like a Sean John fragrance? Like, is it where is Trump?
No.
Okay. I was like, okay, I get it. This is This is fine. No judgment on my.
It's a treat myself.
How about that? Which we all
We'll,
need.
we'll call it, we'll be in that delusion versus financially irresponsible. So
There we go. There we go.
you can be delulu sometimes. It's okay.
I mean, in the way that you're using it, and with that dent in it, I know it was worth every dollar.
It makes me feel that way, but it's still a hard reality because use Valaya first. Let's use her up first. Add some of these almond fragrances that you got to it, but I don't know. It was a bad choice putting myself in a place thinking that I would be able to walk away unscathed. Didn't happen. You have another one for us?
As I look, I mean, nothing that's gonna hit like that. I mean, to be honest, I guess I want to go with again, slightly basic, but I'm back on it. I know you like chaotic. We're getting real. So
we like them all. We like all fragrances.
We do. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna even do chaotic. I'm gonna do one of my favorites. And this used to be I would call it this was my signature for the longest time. It was really called the Dumb Reach. I was like, it never goes wrong. It's Burberry for women. Burberry I think that's what it's called. I don't even know. I mean, there's just a bit in there, and I should have been prepared with the notes. I know it definitely has vanilla in it, and I'm realizing that I am a girl who loves pear a lot. And so I would always just throw this on again with my creme de la creme, or shoot, you could put it on with a bunch. Throw it on with Blonde Ambition. Throw it on with, I mean, almost anything. It'll work. Definitely got to get a full bottle of the pear fragrance oil from Brown Sugar Babe, because I would love to layer those some more. Right. Yeah, Burberry did use it, which is so funny because I'm realizing I was going to talk about Goddess, but there's, I think it might be my favorite, what do we call it, department store, access
designer brand.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. House in general, because they're just, I mean, Burberry, I don't know. I had Burberry, I have something else in here. Her Elixir, love it. Bought that because I loved.
Erin, can I tell you real quick?
Tell me.
Noble Blush. I said, well, it's very close to, it's like a blend of Elixir and maybe their Yara fragrance.
Oh,
Elixir. So in the same kind of wave of like Elixir, Burberry Her Elixir, Yara, and even Good Girl Blush. So it's like kind of all of those mixed together. That's what this is like.
All right, Kia, fine.
But I can I have the notes pulled up for you, because guess what? Burberry Brit, I remember that it was being heralded because it had a lot of almond in it. So there is pear and almond at the top. They got candied almond, sugar, and peony in the middle, and then vanilla, tonka, amber, and mahogany in the base. Like, I really feel like I want to put my nose on it again, because I remember having it, but at the time you're just like, oh, this is pretty, this is deep, this is light. That was the extent of like how I was into fragrances. But now it's like I want to smell it because it has all this almond in it, and I would love to see how that smells to me now.
Ooh, come on back. It's time. Come on back. Come on back.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Your turn.
So for me, I don't have one to share, but what I have been loving are samples. Samples. I know that sounds like, okay, which one? So here's the thing though. In my toiletry bag that I used to travel, and I kind of did like a little staycation deal with my sister for her 40th birthday this weekend. I didn't stress too much over like, oh my gosh, like what fragrances am I going to bring? Am I going to wear this night and this day? Like, I didn't even do all that. I said, I got about like 6 samples in my toiletry bag, and whatever it is, that's what I'm gonna wear. I did bring the sugar plum oil, but I was just like, I got some samples in there, and whatever's in there should be fine. So majority of them were like Jo Malone samples. And that's it. And I just love having that option, because you have a couple options, and it made life stress-free. And one of the best compliments, I think I was wearing the marigold and bergamot. I don't know what it's called. It's definitely the one with the marigold in it. And my sister was like, "You smell like you just got out the shower." Such an awesome compliment. I love that. So I just have been loving samples. Everything doesn't have to be full bottle, expensive bottle. Use what you got. There's those, use up the, and then using the samples. Sometimes people get samples and toss them to the side. I throw them in my toiletry bag and they get used. So I love that. And I was not stressing about like what fragrance was perfect for what occasion.
Beautiful. Yep. I love it. I love it. And here for it. Love a sample.
Do you collect samples like me? Like you do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have and then when people come over. Oh. No. People come over what?
Yeah, I'm like, that are interested in fragrance. I'm like, well, why don't you smell some of these? Tell me what you think. Sometimes I even just give them out because I'm like, okay, there's certain notes like I know that I just don't love. Take this. I'm like, take the sample. And then some of those samples I end up getting the full bottle. I'm like, this was good enough. Yeah, I need more of this. I've now get all my brown sugar baby stuff. Like I get decants first. I'm like, I get them. I travel with them. I live by them. I'm like, because I have been burned. I have bought a few.
Where do you get decants of the sugar babe from?
Girl, got to remember the person's name. They're in the group.
Okay. Okay.
And I'll send it. I haven't been on Facebook in a minute, but she's like, just so you know, it's 5 for $40. And I get my little samples. And like, yeah, I'm like, wow, this stinks. I'm so glad that I bought this sample and not a full bottle. I wish I did that for Cloud9. I wish I did.
Wait, what's that an inspiration of?
I don't know if it is, but it's supposed to have like rum notes and rum, vanilla, and something else. And when I got it, I was like, it smells like no. It's like it smells like Blue Magic or something. Like it's nowhere near to me. I mean, like when I say it stinks, like, and I tried layering. Vanilla 28 can fix anything. It can't fix Cloud9 for me. And so it's collecting dust upstairs. But maybe, maybe I just need to layer it with something different. Maybe I just need something else. So I don't know.
Okay. This is one of the originals, and it says it's a floral vanilla cream. So
it's stinks.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
There's a lot of whipped vanilla cream, marshmallow, magnolia blossom, and sandalwood, but
it's a lie. Oh. It's a lie. I don't know. Because all that sounds amazing. And no.
Not for you. I get it. Russell Mack says he's enjoying sampling right now. I am too. I feel like with this channel and I've been doing a lot of lives lately, trying to just get back in front of the camera. And I love chatting with people about fragrance and hearing their thoughts and perspectives and what they like versus what they don't like. I like to hear it all and chat about it all. So I have done a couple discovery sets, like going through them on lives with other people because they're commenting and kind of giving feedback on what I think I'm smelling, and it's such a great way to kind of go through them. But yeah, sampling, you don't always get the full picture. I get it, because sometimes you gotta smell, like with the Vanilla 28, I was able to smell it on the scent bubble of my coworker, but you don't always get that. However, you do get a feel for some of it. And then especially like I remember there's this one fragrance that I absolutely love. I just, no pressure. Let me just squirt on a little bit on my hand. And as I'm in the house working from home and stuff, like I was able to really kind of get into it as a sample. Like I think if I had worn it out in the streets, a lot of time I'll get distracted and things are going on. My mind is everywhere and I will forget to keep track of like my thoughts on the fragrance. But just sampling that, it turned into a full bottle because I was able to just kind of, I guess, in a controlled environment, like see what the fragrance was about, how it changed, and it turned into a full bottle purchase. I was so excited about it. So yeah, sampling, as much as it doesn't, like again, I always tell the full picture of the fragrance, it does give you an idea, and that's more helpful than not a lot of the times.
Amen. We're here.
Yeah. What samples have you had that turned into full bottles outside of the brown sugar babe?
Half of these they were 1 ounce vials that got me to like maybe, oh, this sounds like a shot. I'll get a 10 mil. Let me just see what that's about.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had my little thing because I would have brought down the ones that I actually did buy big ones of, but I can't think of what they are now. 9 times out of 10, I think I did all of my K. My little ones. The Wedding Six Santal, I think Bougie Marshmallow. I think I bought like a 10 mil too. And I was like, oh no, hike it up, hike it up. I need a full bottle, full bottle. That's why we're here. Like I need, I wish I could go through the pack. Are you familiar with who makes Manhattan? City Rhythm. Are you familiar with City Rhythm? Just got their discovery set.
Manhattan's a great one.
Ah,
Okay.
because Miami and Manhattan are the ones that they send me. And I don't wear them. My husband wears them actually, but I was thinking, I was like, I'd like to actually try them. Like smell good enough that I think that I could layer them. What do you wear from City Rhythm? What do you do with City Rhythm?
So I've gotten a decant of St. John's. Mm-hmm.
When I meet up with you, I will bring the discovery set and you can
Okay.
sell all 10.
Okay.
And let's be about that. I will say I can't remember St. John necessarily. I think I did resmell. There's 2 Manhattans, I think.
Mm.
And I love both of those, and Miami, which you already have like 10 mils of. But I was like, I still love those, but some of the other ones were nice, but they ain't hit the way those 2 did. So yeah, I'm gonna bring all the matter of fact, I'm gonna bring all my vials, and you just knock yourself out with because buying them from everywhere. Oakcha, I think I bought a bunch from. I still have my whole set from. It doesn't matter. We'll connect on that. We'll connect.
Yeah, for sure. But make sure you get your ticket for the Brown Sugar Babe pop up because they go really fast.
I believe it, and it makes me mad. I was doing a cleanse, a social media cleanse, and see, this is the stuff. This is what I miss when I don't.
Well, I feel like you know about it. The group is there when you need a little bit of Brown Sugar Babe in your life. So don't let us interfere with your social media fasting because I get it. I totally get it. I was looking up Manhattan from City Rhythm and I see that it's people are comparing it to the Gucci Pour Homme 2, the one that has like blue juice with the gold top and the square bottle. That one was a discontinued gem that people have been like crying about since it was discontinued. So to know that they're like comparing it a lot to the Manhattan. Interesting. Okay.
Very interesting. I know one thing. I tell my husband, "What you wear? You not wearing Manhattan out here without me."
Oh, I know that's right.
That's what you're
This
not.
is an aromatic, spicy fragrance.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It's good.
By Niles Ramadan. He's the owner and perfumer behind the fragrances. Erin for joining me.
I'm so happy to have been here. I had a blast. That hour went.
Yes, it's gone by so fast. And I want to thank everybody for joining in on our respective channels. We enjoy having you. And I look forward to doing this again sometime, whether in person, another live, another video. Girl, I'm open.
Same. And it won't be 2 months, or maybe it will. Maybe it'll be 6. I don't know.
It's okay. Whenever you have the time, I do get it. Having small children and all that stuff, it can really, you got to be there first. So totally understandable. But, whenever you have a moment, some downtime to talk some fragrance chat and stuff, I'd love to.
1000%. I'm in.
All right. Well, see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye. You too. See y'all.
Thanks.
Bye, Kia.